A very special collaboration between Beer Machine and Painting with Menoth John. Mothership, a horror survival RPG starring the cast of Beer Machine and Painting with Menoth John. Presented in Super Legitivision, the future of podcasting. It's .com. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Mothership RPG. I am, of course, your game master, Menoth John, and with me tonight is the inimitable cast of your favorite no longer in production podcast, Beer Machine. Of course, as you see him right now up on your screen, the titular alpha male of the Beer Machine podcast. I don't even know what the fuck that means. We have Mr. Rich Brautman.
Hang on, I'm Googling titular. Hey, folks, it's going to be fun. We're in for episode 2 of our heroic, I wouldn't call it heroic, monetarily motivated mission to a planet. So, yeah.
Glorified ice ball. Super sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, you know him. You love him. He's also from the greater Buffalo area. He is that helpful hunk, Eric, Mr.
Hey.
GM Dan.
Yeah, your future machine god is here.
So, and of course, coming in also from the greater Niagara area. You know him. You love him. He's the other guy, but you know him as Reggie. Of course, I'm talking about Adam.
Yep, I'm here, and let's make some scientific discoveries and see if we can cure Rich and Dan's space AIDS.
Well, if they had only put on their suits. Level 3 containment wasn't enough to scare them, folks. There you go. And, of course, from the greater Maryland area, you know him, you love him. He's everybody's favorite meat popsicle. Mr. Joe Snuffy, you love him as Brett.
Cracking open a cold one. Not quite twisted tea, but almost as good.
Sometimes you got to crack open a twisted tea, though, don't you? All right, folks.
Yeah.
We are in for a fantastic evening. We are, so for those of you who were tuned in to all of this mothership action, ladies and gentlemen, get down there, hit that subscribe button, mash that bell, do all that stuff that PewDiePie wants you to do right here on the Painting with Men. Whatever.
Not all the stuff he wants you to do.
No. Not like anything he wants you to do. But if you would hit the subscribe, because I did some statistics. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know, Rich, were you aware that 90% of the people that come to this particular YouTube channel, and Twitch channel for that matter, 90% are not subscribed?
You've got to be kidding me.
It's a ridiculous statistic. But
you guys don't watch Letterkenny, I'm sorry, but that's fucking embarrassing.
It's fucking embarrassing. So please subscribe, hit the little bell, and you will know when some mothership love is headed your direction. We are in for a super exciting night tonight. But before we can do any of that, we need to go around the horn, as they say, and talk about what we're drinking. I'll start off as Game Master. I'm drinking Canadian Club Canadian whiskey. Why? I don't know. But I'm having some anyway. And it's better than sewage. So let's move on then to... we'll keep on going around the horn in the same direction. Mr. Rich, what are you having for a beverage this evening?
I'm drinking absinthe from Flight Mechanic, and it's awesome. And yeah, hopefully I can buy some more soon because there's only about a third of the bottle left.
Remember, kids, when you need to have your bolts torqued, Flight Mechanic Distilling is your answer to distilled spirits for you. Flight Mechanic. Drink it. A proud sponsor of the Mothership RPG. Ron.
God, they're going to drop us as a sponsor. Next.
Dan, what about you? What are you having to wet your whistle this evening, Eric?
I have discovered that human blood is a fantastic beverage. It's just flavored water, folks.
But not out of character. So that's super fantastic. I'm going to give you 15 super special Mothership RPG reward points. And we'll get back to you on how all that works in the special subscriber area here on the Mothership
I hope there's
RPG.
a prize wall.
Exactly.
Spoiler alert: you have to be a patron for your own Patreon
Exactly.
to get the reward.
You actually like set it up. I don't know. Anyway, so let's move on to Adam. Adam, what are you drinking at your location?
I in my lab I concocted a Chevis 12-year. It's quite impeccable.
Manischewitz, are you trying the non-Gentile ways here, or what is this? I don't know.
No,
this
it's just a Chevis 12-year blended Scotch that I have.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, not Manischewitz.
I got confused there. I thought that perhaps
No.
this was Passover, the time of the holidays, these kinds of things. Who knew?
No, it's an actual whiskey.
Excellent. Well, Machayim. Anyway, so moving on to Snuffy, what are you having this evening?
I have a Little Creatures Session Ale from the possibly finest breweries in Australia. It doesn't taste very good, but it's from Australia, so that should tell you something.
It's full of deadly animals.
It wants to kill you.
Or it's just out of prison.
Okay,
It's
fantastic.
1 in 6 cans can kill you.
Little column A, little column B, little column C. All right, there you go,
Well,
folks.
There go all the Australian subscribers.
Yeah. Well, literally, we have 12 people. This is like 4 episodes of Painting with Menoth John right now. This is fantastic. All right, so there you go, kids. That's what we're having for beverage now. In the meantime, folks, since the last time we were together on a Wednesday, that was the normal every other Wednesday, we had completed episode 1. But in the meantime, we had a 1.5. If you've not had a chance to check that out, we did design the spaceship that they are all on, which is the SS Tingler. So please check that episode out. It's on the YouTubes. It will be out on the audio at some point. Can you give us an audio update on this particular show, Rich?
Yes. If you head over to the Beer Machine Facebook page, there is a link to a Google Drive, and you can just download everything in MP3 format and play it on your device of choice. I think maybe at some point we're going to set up an RSS, podcast feed. That means iTunes, so you can get it on whatever platform of choice.
You could pick that shit up on Podcast Pickle at that point too, I bet.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. But for now, head over to the Beer Machine Facebook page and click the link, and you'll see all the episodes there, and you can just download them and listen to them at your leisure.
Most excellent. So we also, folks, we had an upgrade for a double dose of your pimpin' for all of these people leveled up from level 0 to level 1 over the course of the last week. And I'm going to go around the horn again, folks. We are going to start off with Sasha Manikov. If you could, please tell us how you improved yourself since the last time we saw you, Sasha.
Yeah, so I think it became pretty evident what was wrong right off the bat.
You were
when
stupid and slow?
writing it.
You were stupid and slow?
Yeah, so I've gone full-fledged space IT. So my level 1 changes, I added +5 to intellect because I was kind of dumb, and I can't be dumb. I would have a hard time playing a dumb character.
Mm-hmm.
I added +3 to speed because my speed was it was a 35. I made it a 38. I used another point to remove all my stress because I was way stressed out by the end.
So you used a point to mix a batch. Got it.
Yep, mix a batch. I learned the trained skill computers.
Which is the most ironic thing ever. It's just amazing.
And I banked 1 skill point.
Fantastic.
To use, in the future.
Excellent. We're going to go next to Eric, that helpful hunk. In what way did Eric get better from level 0 to level 1?
All right, so Eric increased his speed by 3 and his strength by 5. It's got a little bit faster, and why not get stronger? What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
I also learned the skill hacking.
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing to worry about there. And I banked 1 skill point.
If you could do me a huge favor in the future, Eric, when you, in the notes section, when we go from level to level, if you would detail that out in text, I would appreciate that. I did catch all of those things.
I put the details for it in my character sheet. I'll drop them in notes instead.
Just put them in the notes. Put it in all the other shit too. But if you could do that, that would make my life as a GM just a little bit happier. I'd appreciate it.
Deal.
Let's go over to Reggie. In what way did you improve from level 0 to level 1?
So we added 6 to intellect, and then we took 3 for speed because, as a scientist, I figured bigger brain means better decisions. And if I need to run away, I should probably have a little bit more speed.
Run away.
Since all my other stats are pretty garbage.
Fair enough.
I took 1 resolve.
Mhm.
And then because I did take a lot of stress, so I figured having some resolve isn't a bad thing. And as far as skills go, I used both my points, and I put 1 into hydroponics because apparently we're dealing with a fungus thing. And I put 1 into computers just in case I get separated and need to do stuff with computers.
Seems legit. Okay, and let's move on to Snuffy, Mr. Meat Popsicle.
Woohoo!
How did you increase your ability to be awesome?
Well, I decided to go with +5 to combat because that was my lowest skill, and that seemed not good for this particular mission. I then added +3 to speed, so we can get some good reaction times up. I also chose to use 1 resolve because I did not have that much stress at the time. And I used both of my skill points to learn scavenging because we did a lot of that. And I got linguistics because I coined our first phrase, and that seems like the correct thing to do. Not actually useful.
Fantastic.
What was the phrase?
Sasha.
Much better. Okay.
Sasha.
I just wanted to get you to say it.
I thought it was Hitachi.
Yep, that's math.
Well, it could be Sasha and Hitachi at the same time.
All right, kids. Well, when last we left our Intrepid team, you will remember that they had thoroughly explored the orbital station at Delang Station. And they had discovered that our good friends Sasha and Snuffy were starting to feel a little, shall we say, underneath the weather. Sasha had himself a nice little itch between the shoulder blades, and Snuffy was starting to feel phantom limb syndrome. Considering the fact that he had never lost a limb, it seemed a little unusual, but that's kind of where he was at. Meanwhile, Eric had retrieved the body that was floating outside the station. It was tethered to the station via an umbilical, only to find that it was full of a mysterious brown dust, shall we say, and that the being within, although showing life signs, appeared to be floral in nature. And that the bodies had been accounted for and had been put aside, but everybody on Delang Station was, shall we say, dearly departed. And after exploring the rest of the station and seeing some horrible things take place on that station involving guns and people having lead poisoning, they decided to move on to the this planet itself, where they were taking the particular the pod that is available to go between the surface and the orbital station, and we left our Intrepid explorers as they were entering the pod to head down. Was sagst du, meine Freundin? What do you say?
Unpimp the auto.
Unpump the auto. We are VW in the house.
So, fun fact, John had never seen those commercials up until like 2 weeks ago when I showed him.
Und ich spreche ein bisschen Deutsch.
Yeah. So we all walk into the pod. I don't know what you want to call it. I guess a pod.
Transporter.
Transport.
Yep.
And
Please go down.
Sasha looks around for the controls to send it to the planet.
And that's what you do. Is that what you're doing? Are you pressing the what you appears to be the go button?
I said looking for the controls, not pressing the controls.
Okay. You see at the backside of the pod, you see a what amounts to a small HMI, a human machine interface, if you will, for those of you who are not in the automations industry. And you press you see that basically it has return to surface or return to station are the two options available to you. And the return to station one is obviously grayed out as you are already there. What else would you like to do?
So it's basically like a clunk, and down to the surface you go, kind of thing.
It's like riding the Mount Washington rail. It goes to the top and to the bottom.
Okay.
Along with that, you also notice along the inside of the pod are some blooms, what appear to be white flowers, especially noted in the sort of the seams of the interior. Imagine if you were in your car where different pieces of the interior meet, where there is a seam. Inside of those, there's a what appears to be a white type flower.
Does it match the white flowers that were in the vac suit?
Yes, sir.
Delicious.
That's cool. Glad I'm wearing my vac suit now.
When did you guys change? Did you both get in your vac suits?
Tell me, yeah. Reggie. Tell me what you're up to, and what are you looking at right now?
Well, I guess as you can tell, confirming with my crewmates that they're in their vac suits. So that was step one. Step two.
Good timing.
Can I take a check to? Can I take a check to see if I recognize what kind of flower it is? If it's anything.
Yes, you sure can, and you don't even need to. You look around and you notice that these are not your garden variety flowers. You look inside of it, and with your knowledge of biology, you understand. You're looking for the internal components of a typical flower, and you don't see them. All you see is
so I don't notice anything, any forms of budding or seeds that.
There's no stamen. There's no reproductive parts of the actual flower itself.
Okay, so it seems like if it's only going to spread by touch. So guys, Snuffy and Sasha, we should not touch the white flowers. That's probably how the transmission occurs, is through touch. Seeing how it doesn't seem like it has any natural way of spreading spores or seeds. Is there a way, or do I have anything on me that I can collect that as a sample to take back to the ship to analyze later?
Sure. I will permit you a relatively infinite supply of Ziploc bags.
So I will carefully store one to take with me for later, like when we get done in the lab, to see if there's something I can use or come up with to help cure the two.
Excellent. So you take a sample of that, is now in your inventory.
Okay.
So Reggie has collected a sample. He's put it in a non-IP infringing version of the Ziploc storage type bag, and it is now part of your inventory. What do you do next, team?
A zip like storage bag. I'm assuming there's places to like strap in and sit down, kind of thing.
Yes, there are seats on all sides. Think of this as a wee bit like either a Blue Origin capsule. It's probably the closest analogy, the latest Blue Origin capsule, where there are seats around the perimeter with 3-point harnesses in the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. Figured like a 40K drop pod kind of thing.
Yep, without all the power armor bullshit.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to take the seat next closest to the controls.
Excellent. So you are seated next to the controls. They are within your reach.
Sasha, before we head down, there's one thing I'd like to try before we head down to Planetside. So I'd like to take a second sample and see if fire helps destroy it completely, and then check it with my med scanner.
I say no fire on pod.
Space station bad. Fire in oxygenated atmosphere bad.
What about
He's
a
the
laser?
one with the most college, huh?
I will let you do whatever you want to do.
Well, I'm just thinking if we can figure out a way to, in a sense, sterilize the areas that we're going through to try to kill any of the fungus. Does that make sense, guys?
Sure. What are you going to do?
So we're going to go down to the surface.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so you're standing in a pod, and so the team has decided not to sterilize with this imagined flamethrower that Adam has because he clearly doesn't have one on his person. Okay,
Fuck
cool.
it. I'm strapping in.
Okay,
Next to Rich.
all right,
Let's
everybody's
get
strapped
comfy.
in. All right, so everybody's strapped in, and what do you do, Rich? What do you do? Excuse me, Sasha.
Sasha looks over at Snuffy and says, And then he looks at it and he says, "Oh, wait, I know. Express elevator going to hell." And then he hits the button.
Upon hitting the button, the airlock behind you closes and locks into position, and the compartment pressurizes. And the following is piped over the speakers within, and you hear the following song. Do 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 do.
Sasha kind of looks around. He doesn't really understand the music, but
I swear I thought he was going to play the Bob Ross theme song for us.
I thought he was going to have JP humming this.
I don't know how to make his computer program hum. Anyway, so so as you are falling through the atmosphere towards this planet that is essentially a light blue in color, as it is completely covered in ice. You're coming through the thinner parts of the atmosphere. You notice an orange and yellow plasma erupting from the outside of the ship as it is plummeting towards the surface of the planet. Below you can tell from the internal monitors that you are approaching. You can see a base below you. As the retro rockets kick in and jolt you, you pull a good solid 4.5 Gs.
Ooh.
And you feel that the retro rockets hit on the pod, and you can see below you the actual base that is Joplin's Acre. And I've put it up there on the map here so that our viewers can see what exactly they're in front of you. You've got a landing area, and you have a number of buildings next to it, and you have another outbuilding as well. And you are slowly pulling in as your Super Draco thrusters break yourself into a soft landing at Joplin's Acre, and you find yourself on the inhospitable surface of the planet in which it rests. What do you say, our intrepid explorers?
We should go say hi.
Sasha looks at Eric. Good idea, Machina. After you.
Okay. And Eric, checks to make sure that everyone's secure and safe, and then open the door.
Okay. You are in a large landing and launching platform for the DeLang Cargo and Personal Transit Pod. It's a small outbuilding, and basically there is a track that leads you over to buildings. The closest buildings are buildings 4 and 1 on your map. Gentlemen, do you have your maps open so that you know exactly
Yes, I
what the
do.
devil I'm talking about? And I appreciate your being prepared for tonight's game by looking at those things. And those are your two closest. As you follow the windy and inhospitable conditions that are out there, think of LV-426 to give you kind of an appreciation for kind of the type of planetary surface that you're dealing with. Only more ice, and maybe a little bit more flat.
Stormy and shitty.
Stormy, shitty, very,
cold.
very cold. Yeah. It is a frozen surface because you know from your briefing that below you is Choi Station, the research station that the information and the samples that you are interested in exists.
You know what's funny about that? People think Goldilocks zone for exoplanets means like like temperate forest.
Yeah, they think it means Florida. It doesn't. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah.
Bitch.
No, it,
it
just
means
means the area where we are capable of surviving.
Yeah,
right.
like
It's
not
doesn't
die.
mean it's
This is
great.
fucking as Goldilocks as we will ever find,
Yeah.
and it sucks. So, those are the buildings that you see in front of you. You can see off in the distance the gray outline of perhaps more buildings, but at this point, 4 and 1 are all that you have a good bearing on coming out of your pod.
We should go say hello at administration and announce our presence.
Yeah, we also might be able to wrangle up some access to get down in the lab and into the other buildings.
Look for a map.
This is why you smart Marine. Yes.
Thank God you brought one of them smart jar heads. All right, so there you go, folks. So you're moving along, and you decide to move over to what you see as the administration building. It's labeled out on the outside of it as administration. Good job. It is a small double-story building, almost residential in appearance. So I'm seeing it made out of some type of vinyl siding, perhaps something with a little quirky window in the front. Lower floor has an office filled with geographical maps of the planet and surroundings. There is a number of things on the inside, but you won't know about all that bullshit till you get inside. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna
Eric,
go up
go
to the
shake
building.
somebody's hand inside.
Okay. I'm gonna head over to the building. Is there a keypad access? Anything that for the door? I assume because of the conditions on the surface,
Hey,
it's probably gonna be an airlock.
Yeah, it's an
Eric, before you enter, let's scan the building for any life forms. Because you are worth a lot of money.
That is true. I am very financially valuable.
So we'll hit it with our scanner just to make sure there's nothing running around in there.
You are.
I have bioscanner.
Okay. Well then, Sasha, what do you find on your bio? I mean, are you scanning, Sasha? Is that what I'm hearing?
Da.
Yeah, that is what I am hearing.
What skill did we decide this was? I can't remember.
What?
Looking.
Oh,
at
actually, it's probably computers.
You know what? I'll give you that. Let's
Okay.
let's look at your thing here on your computers.
And I'm trained in computers now, so
Yep. So you're
plus 10%.
that is probably intelligence plus 10%. So roll me less than a 39.
Oh boy. Huh, 78.
Okay. You detect that there is actually a building there.
Sasha smacks the machine.
And you smack the machine, and all of a sudden it tells you that there's a low-level life reading to the inside. That's all you get.
Something is in there.
It's probably the same stuff, Sasha, that we were picking up off the bodies. My guess is
could
it's
be.
a low-level form of the contaminants before it really blossoms or flowers.
Okay.
Just make sure
Machina,
you leave your suits on.
you should open door.
I will proceed. And I open the door.
Yep. You hit a button. Beep boop beep beep boop beep, and the door opens up. And Eric, tell me what you do. You're in the lower level. This is a two-level building. You're in the lower level. What exactly are you doing?
Okay. I'm starting at the lower level. I'm going to clear room to room,
Sure.
like basically making a sweep, always moving and looking to the left.
That makes a lot of sense.
And I'm looking for people primarily. I'm not really concerned with condition of the rooms, any other details other than are there people there and are they okay?
So right now you are sweeping strictly for people.
Yep.
Okay. You enter the lower office, the lower floor of the building. It has an office. It is filled with geographical maps of the planet and its surrounding area. There are photos of nearby geographical formations as well as a variety of readouts. There's a large desk in the middle of the room with a chair that has obviously been used as an administration type, an administrator for the area, but there's clearly nobody in it. There's a light frost over everything that you see. and there are stairs going upwards.
Okay, so there's a light frost over everything that I see. Is there no, like, is there any life support or anything like that in here?
Light as far as like visual light, the things you can see.
Oh, I'm sorry, life.
Life. I'm sorry. I apologize. I misheard that. Nothing major. We don't see any type of any of those white flowers that you were seeing in the pod or anything like that. No signs of life at this point.
Okay. Is there any life support like heating, atmosphere?
A hazard suit is hanging in one of the closets.
Okay.
That's the closest thing to life support that you got. The atmosphere in the area is thin, but that's all you know about it so far.
Okay. Yeah. Once I do a sweep of the first story, I'm going to go back outside and just proclaim the first level is safe to proceed.
Excellent. What do you do, team?
Very good, Machina. I'm
What's that?
still holding the SMG, but we walk in kind of nonchalantly.
Okay. So you walk in nonchalantly. You are now in the lower level, as described earlier, as an area with maps and a desk and the whole 9 yards.
Which I forgot to put on my character
Is
sheet.
there a computer or anything at that administrator's desk, John?
Not at this point. He was kind of a Luddite.
Ah.
On this level, basically what you have is maps, photos, and a desk.
If I take a look at the maps, are they just survey maps, or is there anything that would kind of help us get around in the lab that I noticed?
At this point, they are geographical maps of the planet and the surrounding area. Basically, what they're showing you are larger ice ridges around the area, some areas that the group of people who had been stationed at Chaplin's Ake had determined and mapped as a part of the survey of the planet prior to the settling and not colonization, but the settling of this particular area for the research.
Okay. Do I notice if there's any places mapped where they could have picked up this sample from? Any like excavation sites or anything?
No, it's mostly just like a lot of frozen mountains and whatnot.
Okay.
Well, fuck it. Let's go upstairs.
Yeah. As I say,
Itachi, lead
let's
the way.
proceed upstairs, guys. These maps aren't really going to be much of use to us. So
Okay. I'm going to go upstairs. I'll go first.
Okay. Eric heads upstairs, and the upstairs has a small double bedroom used as a spare room filled with a variety of research equipment. So think of this as sort of a personal lab and kind of living quarters. Behind the let's see here, and out of the back window of Area 4, you'll notice two larger water tanks that are right there. They appear to be insulated poly tanks of a variety.
All right.
With pipes leading
Nice.
out of them.
Veiny pipes or just pipes?
Just pipes, the kind that chemical engineers get hard about.
Hey, Reggie, can you make hotter hair out of what's on this desk up here?
well, let's take a look. So John, what do I see?
So
Anything
you're
of use?
investigating
Any samples?
the desk that doesn't exist upstairs or the desk that exists downstairs?
Just the general lab area. Is there anything of note? Anything in progress or abruptly abandoned?
It appears to be a pretty typical lab for this time. You've got a lot of glassware. You've got probably some HPLC type equipment. You've got some titration type equipment. All of it fairly
Any Bunsen
modern.
burners?
No Bunsen burn. Well, there absolutely is the ability to make heat in the area. There is no particular nothing is standing out to you. It all seems to be guided mostly towards biological type research.
Okay. So, seems like a general biolab search and stuffy. If we get some samples, we might be able to take a closer look. If given time, I might be able to do something with the white flower that we found and see more, try to figure out what we're dealing with. But right now, I don't know if it's worth investing the time until we know what the threat level is for everything else, because we don't know what's going on with the rest of the station here.
Okay. Where's the rest of the team? So you guys are, I know that Snuffy and Reggie are upstairs. Is Sasha and Eric also upstairs?
Eric's upstairs.
Okay. Where's Sasha?
Sasha is downstairs.
What is Sasha doing right now?
Sasha's taking a look at the map.
Okay. What would you like to know about the map?
Is it possible for me to take a copy with me?
Absolutely. What do you have upon your inventory that would allow you to do such of a thing?
Body cam. I guess I could take a picture of it.
I'll allow it. You have a body cam now picture of it. You turned it off just before you shot the guy of color. Just kidding. Too soon.
Wow. Wow.
All right. So, yes, you now have a picture. You now have a picture of the surrounding area that includes a number of inhospitable peaks and whatnots. Is there anything else you're doing in the lower level?
Let me look at the map quick. I think, and we're in 4, right?
Yes.
Is there a window that looks over at 2 storage?
You can look out of the window and you notice you get a kind of a half of a view. There are a couple of large tanks in your way, but you can certainly see that there's a building there.
Okay. I'm going to walk up the stairs and tell them that we should go check out storage.
Okay.
So while we're waiting for Sasha to head upstairs, do we notice any kind of computers or anything?
Nothing
or files laying around?
There are terminals there. What would you like to do with them?
Let's. I'm going to wander over and see if I can access one of my newfound computer skills, or I'm also going to ask Eric to try to access from another terminal. So, Eric, why don't you try accessing one of those terminals, and I'll see what I can find over on this one.
Okay.
I can't
What
wait to
am
hear
I
how Eric
looking
plugs into a
for?
terminal. Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
I expect you to role play this out, Eric.
What information am I seeking?
Let's see if we can find any data on what they were doing here. Maybe locations of where they might have kept the samples that we're looking for. Things of that nature. And if we can, we might be able to try to remote in and gain access to that data that we are looking for from here as well.
Okay. I'm gonna try to access the computer. I mean, you want to say that I have one of those like weird alien resurrection like connector things that I pull out of my arm?
Son, I want nothing associated with alien resurrection in this role-play game.
Yeah, and I was thinking the
However-
R2D2 flip up
How
thing
about
that
this?
interfaces, except it's your dick.
Oh, Jesus.
However-
I was
Nick, a
gonna
long
say,
time
what do
there.
you think about how about this? Fine. We'll get rid of the alien resurrection. How about the connector thing from the android's arm, like in Raised by Wolves? It's the exact same thing.
Yes,
just
that
as
I
bad.
will allow. And I want you to give me an intellect check plus 25.
Okay.
So that is a 57?
Yes.
I think I'm the only person
52.
who liked Raised by
50,
Wolves.
52.
That's gonna be a no from me, dog. That's
All
an
right.
84.
You
Okay.
hear the following message.
Access denied. Information only available to Salty Vagina.
There you go. Can you guys hear that adequately?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
it's
Oh,
more
yeah.
than adequate.
So
All right.
you
It
did
appears
not
that
get-
we need access from a specific individual.
Interesting. Should I even bother rolling to see if I can get through?
I don't know. Maybe you're better than a robot at intellect.
Well, let's try it. So I have 34 intellect plus 10%. So would that
Give
be
her a
what,
shot,
44?
tough guy. Yep. Less than 44, please.
All right. 9.
Oh, that sure as hell passes. So what exactly? Tell me again what you were looking for.
Just to see if we can gain access to maybe the location of where the samples might be located in the lab, a map of the lab, or
Sure.
the date. If we can get access to the system to collect the data with the chip that we were given.
Yes.
And any of those 3.
Yes. Given your number 9, you know for certain that the samples and information you are looking for are in Choi Labs, which are below you right now. They are located in the... I'm trying to find the exact location, so please stand by me. I should know this shit.
Okay.
Loading.
Yep. They are in 2 locations that I will provide you for sure the next time we're together, because otherwise
Okay.
it's bad podcasting. But
No worries.
yes, they are in Choi Station. They are not on the level you are on right now. They are below you.
Okay. So I'll basically relay what I found. So guys, I was able to crack into the system a little bit. It seems like the samples that we're after are definitely, they're not on this level. They're down in the Choi Labs. And I have some data that I have to extrapolate to see exactly where it's located, but give me some time and I should be able to get back to you with that when we're ready to head down into the labs.
Sasha walks over and smacks him on the shoulder and says, this is why we bring you.
Appreciate it. All right, so I think we've gotten everything we need from here. I also don't notice any of the weird flowers blooming in here, so I don't think it's spread too heavily in here. So we could always, once we sweep the rest of the buildings, we can probably use this as a temporary base station potentially as well.
Cool.
Now, we should go to storage building.
All right.
Okay. That's the building you located, Sasha, just outside that window?
Yes.
Okay. Is that your next move, team?
Yeah, I think
let's
it's
head over
best
to
probably to
storage.
stick together until we know what we're dealing with.
Okay. So,
Once we get outside, Eric is going to not stick together. Eric is going to head over
What?
to the those 2 liquid tanks on the side of the building and basically give them a status check just to see what they're filled with.
The fuck
What
does
they're
that
filled
mean?
with,
You
what
just like
they're-
thump on it and see what it
yeah.
sounds
totally
like?
want to hear what
Yeah,
a
yeah.
status check for a tank means, because
Well-
I have a specific understanding of that as a human.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't. I don't know if there's a dial, some sort of information as
Sure.
it leads into the building. Is there a window where I can see Elisa Lamb floating in it? Like what?
So
He's gonna bang his head on it and see what kind of noise it makes. Tell you if it starts.
I
really
would like
sound.
I would like Eric to describe for me the motion he uses to check on the side of the tank.
Pokes a hole in it with his finger.
No, I don't think that was Eric. So please continue.
Eric pull. I forgot. I have to actually talk for the camera to
That-
focus on me.
Yes.
Eric
Access
does,
denied.
one of these.
Information
Okay.
only available to Salty Vagina.
I hit the wrong button. But
No, you said-
but
no, you used the right button.
JP hit yes, exactly.
The tank responds with that.
Yeah, no. What ends up happening is you hear a dull, you hear the dullest of thuds. It's like thunk, thunk. Like almost like there's infinite resistance against what you just did.
Okay. Is there so it's pressurized? Are there any is there any information on there? Warning labels,
It says
Do we have
literally-
hazmat
it says
signs?
literally 000 for a hazmat sign. These are water tanks.
Okay. Gotcha. So okay, gotcha.
Does-
I will walk back to the rest of the group as they look at me like I'm malfunctioning, which they're probably right.
No, I'll Reggie will come over up beside Eric and ask him, what you doing there, bud?
I am checking the integrity of this potential life support system, as it appears that we will be using this for our forward base.
How did your checks come back? What did you check?
This is full of liquid.
Okay. Reggie's gonna whip out his bioscanner and just scan it real quick, make sure there's nothing weird going on the inside.
Seems totally water.
All right.
Your bioscanner detects a lack of plot. Move on.
Okay.
Sasha looks over and sees Reggie and Eric fucking around with this tank. He says, "What are you doing? Stop looking for rare items and come here."
That's a callback, and that's a sign of quality podcasting.
Yep.
All right, we're coming, Sasha. Come on, Eric, let's go.
All right,
Machine
so
open door.
you're all rolling up on the storage area, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And what do you do? There's a door in front of you. It has a key access, and I mean a key, a mechanical key.
Wow, interesting. Let's see. Yep. There is, I think the technical term for my ability to assist with this is fuck all I can do.
I got lock picks because I thought ahead on this shit.
All right.
Checking your
Snuffy, give it a
character
crack.
sheet for lock
Watch
picks.
me fuck this up.
And exactly what skill are you using the lockpick with?
It's a great question. Fuck all. I don't know.
So, it appears that it would be it's not strength. It's certainly not speed. It is
It
not.
says confers plus 10% on checks in the manual.
What is okay? So it gives. Okay, I will give you your intellect plus 10. So roll less than a 52 to see if you can pick this lock.
Nope.
Okay,
96.
96. That's borderline breaking the key off in the hole. So,
Jesus.
God damn, I need to play Skyrim some more.
So you do not pick that lock.
I have a lockpick set.
Excellent. Give it a shot, Sasha. What's your let's see, look at Sasha's intellect is up to a whopping 29 plus 10 is 39. Roll less than that.
Oh boy.
Nope.
That's
That's a 67.
Nope, that's so you break your key less than he did.
Jesus.
Anyone else want to join this physical pen test convention?
Sasha pulls out his SMG and says, "Better lockpick."
Oh, I can't wait for this.
No.
Oh, God.
He looks
That's
at
a
the crew and
combat
says-
test. Roll less than
No.
34.
He looked at the crew and says, "Huh? Yes? Yes?"
No.
What does the crew say?
That only works in fucking movies.
Fine.
So for the first building that we went into, the administration building, was there an airlock, or is it just assumed people are just going to be cold as shit and like
Super.
in a half?
There was an absolute airlock in there.
Okay.
A desk, a
Reaching
bunch
a
of
pressurized
maps.
environment is not advised.
I'm sure we could find a key in one of these other buildings. Why don't we branch out and see what else we can find, guys?
Duh.
Okay. So you have
Greenhouse.
buildings 1, 3, and
Greenhouse
5.
Hotel.
Storage is building 2.
Garage.
Let's check that hotel. If people left a key, it's probably over there.
Nah,
Okay.
hotel.
All right. So you walk into the hotel and you hear the following.
Welcome to the Plains Hilton Garden Inn. Please remember that happy hour will be from 1300 to 1800 in the garden room, and don't forget to try the salty hot tub available on this level. Remember to be safe and always wash your hands. Washy, washy.
There's no space COVID there. I appreciate that.
It is a 2-story building, decorated, albeit sparsely, with rooms are mostly Spartan, with basic facilities. A sign outside advertises the next day's breakfast and lunch, which is apparently not much. Large portions of the building has been collapsed due to fire damage. Interior walls and debris covered by blackened growth, burned and brittle. What do
So
you do when
apparently
you walk in?
fireworks on this.
Yep, debris. Debris.
Fireworks on the building.
What do you do when you enter into the building after hearing that lovely statement from the computer?
Is there an administration desk that we can go see if there like a guest log?
Are you looking around or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm looking around.
Okay.
I mean, I assume we walk in the front door.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Hilton Garden Inn, right?
Exactly.
So
It's a Space Hilton Garden Inn.
Space Hilton
We
Garden.
would like
So-
to check in.
Okay. Debris contains several charred corpses
Oh.
and a single expended flamethrower kit bashed from scientific equipment.
Wow, that sounds super safe.
Let me take a look at your sheet here, Reggie. You have biology. So you notice that there's a black growth, organic in nature, present on all of the corpses. And the corpses show signs of rapid deformed growth. And give me an intellect check. I'm going to give you 44 or less on this one because you have a trained skill in biology.
I got a 55.
Okay.
So I don't quite identify what's going on. I just know something weird's going
Yep,
on.
you see black
Do
growth,
any of
organic
them
in nature.
resemble Kurt Russell?
No.
So, John, I hate to be that party pooper, but do we need to take a stress check on this?
Given what you just saw, yes, and thank you for reminding me on that. Everyone should take 1 stress point on that. I don't think you need to take a panic check, however.
Wait, so we just get a point? We don't.
You don't.
can't
You
avoid it?
don't panic check. You just get a stress point.
Wow. Okay.
No, you don't have to stress. You don't have to panic check on everything. You just get a stress point.
Okay.
You
as I
did-
noted, in the
You
chat,
did. You did some fucked up shit last week. Just to remind you.
I know.
Okay.
As I put in the chat, if Sasha finds the bar, he's going to expense a drink.
Okay. The other thing you notice as you're coming into the hotel is there's a poster by reception reminds patrons the keys to other facilities are held at the administration building.
Okay, boys. So this lovely poster telling us we don't need to be in the creepy ass burnt down hotel. We should probably go back and look for a key in the admin building.
I'm just wondering if the Salty was staying here. If we can find out if he was staying here, we might get some access rights.
You think Salty is a person?
I assume so. It wouldn't hurt to check the logs if we can find him.
You check the
Okay.
logs, and there is no one named Salty Vagina. Checked into the Japlin's Ake Hilton Garden Inn.
Salty put. Gave it a straight face. Sasha puts Salty Vagina in quotes and tries to search again.
Your Boolean logic does not work here.
404.
I don't know. I'm just gonna try and scavenge, look for keys, possibly.
As you're scavenging for keys, you also notice a sign that says that keys for other facilities are located in the administration building. And I was kind of expecting you guys to pick up on that the first time I said that, but I'll say it again.
I said something about heading back out. Everybody ignored that.
But we
Don't
were
ask
just in the
Jarhead.
administration building.
You sure were.
Hey, Reggie,
We
can
didn't.
you check out
we
this?
didn't do a scavenger check.
Sure didn't.
Reggie, check out this torch this guy made and see if it's got any fuel left.
Hey, look at that! Someone paying attention.
Yep. Before I get close to the flamethrower, I'd like to do a scan on the bodies, make sure there's no life going on with them.
Okay, so after I get done hitting myself with the microphone, you all the bodies that you're scanning have a very, very low level of life associated with them. Very low. Perhaps even lower than what you had seen before up at the orbital station.
Okay. So yeah, Reggie will go over and grab the flamethrower. It doesn't seem like it has fuel, but it seems like it's not.
You're speaking.
I mean, you tell me, is it busted?
It is a single expended flamethrower kit bash from Scientific Equipment.
So it's like a Bunsen burner strapped to an Erlenmeyer flask with like some
sort of fuel.
I love it. With one of those little burners they put in restaurants underneath like a platter to keep the food hot.
Exactly. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it with us just because if we can find fuel, we might be able to use it later.
Sasha looks at Reggie and says, I don't understand. And then he goes to walk back over to administration building.
Okay. So is the team moving back over to administration building?
Snuffy's going to go with Sasha, yeah.
Okay. So you guys are back in building 4, the administration building. What do you do?
Snuffy's going to look for anything for like a key box or a key panel, something with keys for everything.
No, but there is a large fucking desk on the lower level for the 4th time.
Search the desk.
What if there was a MacGuffin in the room? Maybe you should look at it.
Yeah, Sasha's going to use scavenging on the desk.
Holy shit, you find a keychain.
All right. I'll take
How
it.
many keys?
The roll anyway.
At least 2,
Any
maybe
keys on that
more.
keychain?
Maybe all of them.
You heard it here first, folks. All the
Fuck.
keys. We're good to go. No more doors.
Picks up the
Key to our
key,
salvation.
looks at the key, says, kludge. And then runs back over to storage and yells, Machina, come here.
Dan, is it always like this?
I do.
Literally, Dan,
Okay.
is it always like this, Dan?
Oh, this is fine.
All right. So you now have a ring of keys. What would you like to do? Meanwhile, in Zork
You're lucky
1,
it's not a ring of ears.
exits are to the north, south, east, and west. What do you do? I'm going to play this like Zork from now on.
Get handle.
Yeah, exactly. You now have a handle. Congratulations.
I fiddle with the janitor's keys and attempt to open the door.
To what?
The storage.
Storage
Yep.
room? All right. Cool. You put in the key, you turn it, and a motor clicks in, and the door rolls up, and you find a large structure containing a wealth of tools as well as emergency food supplies.
Sweet. Can I find a crowbar to replace the one I broke?
Yeah, for sure. Give me a roll.
Uh-oh. It was all good until you said that.
Give me a roll.
84.
You got a crowbar. Congratulations.
Yay.
It doesn't suck.
It
not-
doesn't suck.
It's a Harbor Freight crowbar. Be careful.
Oh, so it has like one use.
Be careful.
Well, so did your last one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as it turns out, it did. So stop shopping at Harbor Freight. Anybody
Harbor
else want to
Space
do some
Freight.
rummaging while you're here?
But I used the 20% off coupon.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it. I got the scavenging. Let's do this.
Do it. Give me a roll.
I have a 41.
A 41, you say. That is, what were you looking for?
That's a great question.
Yeah. You found underwear.
Anything that would.
Nope, now you got
anything
underwear.
for-
You didn't have any idea, now you got underwear. Congratulations.
He's trying to find
That's a second
himself.
pair.
He's
Yeah.
trying to find himself, John. That's what he's trying to
Yeah, that's a
Put his
rare
dick
item.
through a
So
banana handle.
that's a rare item. So good luck with all that. Anybody else want to search while you're in the storage area?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Reggie will. He'll try to look for anything that might help him with a bio leak or anything like that.
So you're looking for
Could-
some type of biological scanner type equipment.
Just something to deal with or destroy like any kind of
Antibiotics?
biological.
Antibiotics
Yeah,
of some
like-
variety?
Well, not, I guess more like mild acid or something that would dissolve basic biomatter.
Okay, give me a roll.
63.
63. You found a bottle of hydrogen peroxide and some triple antibiotic cream. Congratulations.
Hey, that might actually be useful.
Mm-hmm.
For space hemorrhoids?
Anything else anybody wants to search for? I will allow one more.
Eric should search for something if he didn't.
Should Eric search for something?
You know what?
Incendiary grenades.
One of you's got to have a good roll. I mean, it's averages, right?
Yeah, I already searched for something and got a crowbar. So,
Eric is going to in the storage area. Eric is going to look for, I guess, any kind of access tool, like any additional keys, like employee files. There we go. Anything that's document related.
Nice.
so he's now HR Eric. Okay.
Yes.
Give me a roll, HR Eric.
24.
Oh God.
Oh, you don't say.
He
Got
finds
the Rolodex.
everyone's What?
So, what you find is a thumb drive that has an interesting set of files on it. And as you insert the thumb drive into your docking station, you find that there has been evidence of perhaps an intrusion from a security standpoint on the
Okay.
station. And there has been unauthorized access to a number of the labs within Choi Station that have led to that are from what appears to be that they're trying to use authorized codes from within Choi Station, but they're not just quite right. They're an older
Okay,
code.
and-
They kind of check out, but they're not quite right. It's giving the sensation that something's not just right about what they're accessing.
Gotcha. Is this a digital intrusion, or are they physically punching codes into doors?
You're seeing that the codes that are punching in are failing on almost consistently the first and second attempts, but they're making it in on the third before they experience system lockdown.
Okay. Is this like digital, like remote access, or is this someone like standing at a door trying to
These
get
are
in?
local. These are happening
Local.
at the keypad sites.
Okay. Can I use computers, hacking, whatever to like? Is there a timestamp? Any way to get like any sense of like when this occurred?
Sure. Give me a hacking check. It's going to be
Awesome.
plus 25 against your intellect, so it would be a 52.
No.
No.
That is an 81.
Okay, so you can see that it's happening. You don't have a great idea about when it's happening. You know that it's happened in the past, but that's all you really have as far as any type of information is concerned.
Computer's hard.
Computers are hard.
I'm going to announce,
Welcome
to the group.
Plains Egg Hilton Garden.
I
Inn.
keep on hitting the
Please.
wrong button. Sorry. There you go.
That's okay. We love the voice anyway.
I know. Love you, JP.
I'm just going to announce to the group. I have discovered an error or crime.
What do you mean, Eric?
Someone appears to be trying to access buildings or is accessing buildings. They fail on the first 2 attempts and on the third manage to gain access, like they are guessing or playing a dumb game.
Sasha looks up and he says, "We're not good at opening doors, as you can see. Maybe it's us."
Maybe they were panicked.
Yeah. Does the thumb drive give any codes that we could try?
That's a good question. Does the thumb drive actually have the codes registered, or just the record that an attempt was made?
You have records of attempts being made. It does not have the actual key sequences of the pad in those files.
Okay. No, the codes are a mystery. Passwords should be kept secret. and more than 1,200 characters long to prevent quantum decryption.
I see.
Perfect.
Well, thank you, Eric.
What y'all doing, boys?
Well, we know that somebody's running around the base and probably caused this. The question is are they still alive?
Oh, was it basically at like all the doors or like just specific doors?
It was at various doors within Choi Station. What you were reading
Okay.
out was door access files for the base that is below you right now.
Right.
You saw them in various the labs. You saw them at the crossroads area. You saw them in the storage area. You saw them at maintenance, the habitation level. It was various and sundry locations, literally throughout Choi Station. At this point, you don't have a good frame of reference for what those words mean, as far as within Choi Station. But you do recognize that there are a great number of different locations within Choi Station.
Okay. I'm obviously going to keep the thumb drive. I'm just going to say, it appears that someone at some time was alive in the station below us.
Okay.
Sasha says, I think there is not very much to find up here. We should go down to station.
No, we should probably check out the garage and the bot.
Yeah, let's
The
go to
garden
their
house first.
garage and see if there's any fuel to put in that torch that Reggie's lugging around.
Okay.
Sasha's gonna walk over and unlock the door for the garage, but then proceed so they can go in. But then proceed to the greenhouse.
Okay. What? So you've unlocked the garage, and you have. What are you doing with the greenhouse?
I'm gonna unlock the greenhouse and walk
Okay.
in.
So who's going where?
I'll go with, if I see Sasha splitting off from the group, I'm going to follow.
Okay.
Basically, anytime someone goes off alone, I'm going to make it a pair.
Okay.
Aw, awkward.
So-
Probably against their will.
Who
I'll
is
head into the
going?
garage with Sergeant Snuffy.
Okay. So Snuffy and Reggie are going to the garage, and Sasha and Eric are going to the greenhouse. Focus in on the greenhouse. You guys have the spotlight right now. So
All right.
you open the door, and
Open
this is what you see. It has rows of vegetable plants being grown. Systems are automated. You see watering systems, and everything's running what appears to be without issue. What do you want to do next in this room?
So it's all automated? Oh, cool.
It's all automated.
I'm gonna scavenge and see if I can find anything interesting that's
Okay.
not plant growing related.
Okay. You search around, and as you investigate further, you notice in the back corner there is plants of an illegal type variety being grown in the back corner.
Oh,
Special lights are installed, and it's some of the most resinous you've ever seen in your life.
Sasha walks over, sees this, the not legal plants, and he says, "Oh, Machina, you do not know what this is." And he
My
plucks one.
records contain a
off.
full discography of Snoop Dogg.
Sasha sees, picks it up, and he says, you know," and he goes to stuff it like in an exterior pocket of his vac suit, and kind of hums the dun 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 dun, puts it in there, and I'm gonna add +1 bud, I guess, to my.
Yes,
my
you may
list.
add +1 bud to your inventory. Very good.
Okay. Yep. I'm assuming that's all we find of interest in there.
And then the spotlight shifts over to the garage. So tell me what you're all doing in there.
We'll go in and see what the hell's going on in there.
Okay. You enter
I can only imagine that it's probably ransacked after what we saw in the hotel.
Okay, so you enter. It's a small building. It's you can see ramps that lead into the vehicle bay. Houses a single large vehicle designed to carry passengers, and there's plenty of heavy equipment over the overall all over the place. There are rows of batteries on the wall. You notice, and along with the repair tools and rows of miscellaneous equipment. So on that, folks, I hate to break the the thing here. I have to break for like a couple minutes, or else I'm gonna piss my pants. So we'll be right back in just a couple minutes, and we'll see you right back.
A short bio break.
Yep.
Would you call it a bio break?
Yeah, MMO term.
That's pretty good. If anyone else has a squirt, they should probably go now.
No,
I don't think that's the same descriptor.
I will make another drink.
Maybe I said that wrong. That's possible. Pickles, my cat is yelling for me from upstairs. I don't know why.
Because you're a neglectful parent.
Oh, that was mean.
That's not
you
the worst that we're
automate-
gonna say.
You've automated most of your the process of caring for them. What do you?
Hey, I at
Absentee parentism.
Hey, unlike John, I at least feed my cats.
No,
I'm not saying John doesn't feed his cats. He does.
no,
feed
no, no. You're saying that he has a robot do it for
He has
him.
an automatic robot feeder.
He has an Eric feeder.
Here, kitty, kitty.
You know all about the pussy, Eric's.
Oof. Oh man, so speaking of unexpected callbacks, you're not going to believe what I found on my shelf.
Oh,
It is a 3D printed Cephalix gobber.
oh dear.
It was going to be featured at some point in some future game that we did.
Oh no. So it sounds vaguely familiar.
Worst podcaster ever.
Oh, hardly.
All right. So we're back. So you unlocked the garage and you saw some batteries along the side of the way there. And let's see here. You can also identify the fact that there is equipment along in this area that is for surveillance tools. It's like for setting up cameras and things like that.
Okay.
I guess let's check the cameras and see if there's any weird footage laying around.
Okay.
Bigfoot.
You can see in the camera the feeds that are still running, even though there's nobody really manning the cameras. That beyond the garage door, there's a body in the distance wearing casual outfit that is completely unfit for the cold outside. There's really no signs of any kind of harm or trauma, and that's what you see. It's laying down in the snow.
Okay.
Reggie, we
So
should
it
probably
looks like
relay
he
that.
fled- Yeah. Hey, Sergeant Stuffy, I see another body. We should probably try to scavenge and bring in. Looks like whatever was going on, somebody tried to get away, and succumbed to the environment of the planet.
Okay.
But first, we'll have to figure out where the camera feed is. The cameras are laid out. Right now, we don't really have anything to go on as far as where to claim that body.
The body's basically right outside the garage doors. So they're
Oh, okay.
basically right out there. If you look to the right of number 5, that is where they're at.
Okay, so the big
Okay.
bay doors probably.
Yeah, you can see right outside
Yeah.
the ramps that are heading down there.
It seems like they fled out the bay doors.
Mhm.
So we'll probably want to circle out there and maybe do like we did station side and start collecting bodies to kind of examine them.
Can do. Let's go get this meat bag.
Before we go get that meat bag, do I notice anything how are those batteries getting charged? Is solar or is it wind?
You see no
Geothermal.
charging equipment on them at all. They're just there.
K-
There are
Are they
batteries.
just there?
There is a rack of batteries.
Okay. And do we notice anything that these batteries might be used for, or are they just kind of plug and play with whatever vehicle might have been there?
They appear to be related to the large vehicle that you came across when you entered into the building.
Okay.
Possibly
s-
Tesla-based. Who knows?
Yeah. So Sergeant Stuffy, it seems like these batteries here might be able to, if we had to, we could use the vehicle outside. That's probably how they're powering it to get around the station due to the cold. So
Well,
if we-
Reggie, maybe we should do a diag on this our vehicle. Make sure it's good to go then.
Yeah, it might be best, and then we can kind of get around the little town a little quicker.
Okay.
It'd probably be good for hauling stuff around too.
Hauling ass out of here.
So what y'all doing?
So we're gonna see if the vehicle's operational.
Okay. Does the door nail? No electrical power whatsoever.
Okay. Can we check the wall to see if there's any working batteries on the wall?
You're a scientist. Do you have a multimeter
Let's see.
or anything multimeter like?
I could splice it into my stun baton and see if it works.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God, no.
Can we not?
I mean, it's a legit test. Hook it up, and if it arcs, it arcs.
I'm going to stand way back from the professor when he
So
does.
just to be totally fucking sure what I just heard. You are going to take a stun baton and you are going to hotwire it into the controls of a large transport vehicle.
No, not the transport vehicle. The
what?
batteries on the wall.
Okay,
Oh, so we're just going to go straight up to the current. Okay.
sure. Are you sure that's what you want to do?
Oh, no.
In second thought, no.
Can I have your stuff when you're dead?
We'll just throw a new battery in from the wall and see if it gets the car going.
Ah, much better.
So we're still not there. We're still in. Sasha and I are still in the.
Yeah, no, yeah. The pleas for help
I know.
of Sasha go on
I was
deaf
just saying-
ears. I was only
that's
listening to the cries for sanity coming from Snuffy, the smartest jarhead that ever lived.
Oh, no,
That's
I was.
I just want to make sure that
Can I have your character's shit when you die?
Yeah.
That's all.
yeah,
Okay.
there is no intervention from me because I'm not there.
And I will tell you that, gentlemen, this is the last time I go through one of these. Are you sure you want to do that speeches? Because if y'all just gonna kill yourself, I'm gonna let you kill yourself. But you
You'll
don't this time, and you pull a battery off the shelf, and about a half hour later, you've muscled it into this large this thing, and the control systems come up, and lights are glowing, and you have a functional vehicle. It has about 25% battery charge.
Okay.
Sasha
Well,
looks.
Snuffy.
Oh wait, Sasha isn't even in the room. Never mind.
Yeah. Let's take this over. Maybe we can get the crewmen and the robots to take on this. They might have a better way of checking these batteries.
How about
So
we
we'll-
leave this here? It's only got 25% power. We don't know how far 25% gets us. If we need to haul out, I'd rather be able to haul out as far as possible without joyrides between.
That makes sense. Let's go grab them and get their take on this.
Okay. So what do you do?
We'll head out towards the greenhouse to rendezvous with Sasha and Eric and fill them in on the body that we found outside and tell them that we found a vehicle that we might be able to use.
You have rendezvoused with Bob and Marley.
Nice.
Opens the door and hears "Legalize It" playing from inside the.
Sasha, you have a very pungent skunk smell coming from you.
Right.
No,
It's playing
no,
from
no.
Eric, who's just standing there like this with it coming out of his mouth.
He says, "No. He's very dank IPA."
Very dank.
Oh, I think I've heard of that one. It's called Hemperor.
Yeah, I think I've had that actually too.
We have.
So, yeah, I thought so. Sasha says we should maybe continue and go down.
Yeah, we did find a vehicle in the garage. There's a wall of batteries. We snapped one into the vehicle, and it seems like it has a 25% charge. You're a crewman, Sasha. Do you know of a better way to check the batteries? Or maybe get one charged.
25% is good. We don't know where we would even go anyway.
I was just thinking maybe it might not be a bad idea to have it ready in case we have to
25 is
haul out quick.
25 is maybe 15 miles. They probably use kilometers.
Yes, they probably
Is
do.
22 kilometers. So is good.
Hey, Sasha, we also found another dead baddie.
Dead bat? Batty?
Baddie.
Yeah, we found some surveillance footage. There were some surveillance equipment. We checked the footage, and one of them showed a body that went out the cargo side of the garage. In normal clothing, it looked like he was fleeing from something and succumbed to the environment of the planet. So
Sasha gets really concerned and looks at both of them, and he racks around in his SMG and says, "We will be ready."
That's adorable. All right.
And then walks over to where is it? Number 7 on the map, Choi Labs access lift.
Okay, so the team is heading over to Choi Labs. Access.
Yep.
I think that's.
Are we going to check the body out, or are we just going to leave him?
Yeah. He seems comfortable where he is.
He's having a nap, Eric. Nap.
All right.
Good
So-
sleep.
As you walk over to Building 7, or this area number 7, it's an imposing cylindrical building on the edge of the outpost. It's a lift transport for cargo and personnel that goes down through the ice sheet into the dark ocean below. And its eventual destination is Choi Labs, far below. Colloquially, this was known as the plug, due to its appearance like a rubber cork plugging the hole drilled through the ice. There's a security seal on the front of it, but there's an access to the security terminal which allows access. The lift interior is large, with space for both cargo and equipment and personnel. It is on the surface level. You enter the lift. You see tiny white flowers growing from the grooves in the wall, highlighted against the dark walls of the elevator. You see this is the exact same flower as what you saw on your way down from the orbital station. And the curtains draw on tonight's adventure.
All right.
Sasha walks over and he looks at the flower. He doesn't touch it, but he looks at it and Edelweiss, Edelweiss.
Oh my God.
We've been smoking a little too much of the other plant there.
Yep.
All right.
That was a show that started so strong and just got so muddled.
Yep.
So there you have it, folks. That brings to a close another episode of Mothership. That's episode 2. And I will let the team know what experience points they got out of this. However, there's a very important thing that we need to take care of before then. Because if you remember at the close of last time's adventure, that Mr. Snuffy and Mr. Sasha were starting to feel a little funny.
Ooh.
And Sasha, I hate to break this to you, but you're starting to feel a severe itching over most of your body.
Oh.
Face herpes.
As you
It's like the time we shared a bed at the Sioux.
as you move, it feels like almost parts of your skin are starting to tear. Take 2 stress.
Okay.
Snuffy, as you're feeling, remember from the last time you felt like you had limbs that weren't necessarily there. Sensations of foreign toes or fingers flexing are now felt on those phantom. It's feeling like they're there. You're feeling the desire to stretch limbs that don't even exist, and there's a tightness in your sleeves.
Oh, there's a tightness, all right.
It has nothing to do with that, Snuffy.
The gun
Nothing.
show.
Absolutely nothing. And that's where we are going to leave you guys at this point.
All right.
And that, folks, brings us to the close of another episode of the Mothership RPG. I am, of course, your host, Menoth John, and I am with Rich.
Yes. We will see you in 2 weeks. I hope that will be
Yes.
the 13th of January.
Dan?
Yes.
Adam? Adam?
Yep. Your suicidal scientist signing off.
And Brett.
Throbbing out right now.
All right. I want to thank... I think I want to thank everybody for being here. But we'll
Maybe.
see you next time on
He's thinking about it.
the Mothership RPG. Good night, everybody.
Good night.